I'm making a mount setup for my rabbits 55-gallon drum. This is 24 inches wide by 36 inches long, and I'm going to use this, and this is what the 55-gallon drum is going to lay on its side. And I'm going to have the back end tilted up a little bit, and that's where the hole's going to be, the big holes for where I fill up the jug. And then the front end is going to be lower. That's where the nozzle hole is going to be for the water lines. So, yep, this is the support box so far. The 4x4, that's 6 foot long, and I'm mounting the brace for the drum about a foot from the bottom. It gives it enough to, this will be enough of a wall to hold the drum into place. And actually on the back side, it's going to be a little less. It's going to be a little higher up to the top, just to give it a little more elevation. But yep, let me go ahead and drill the holes. Tapped and bolted right here with the washer. And then I'm going to take and right here, I'm going to put another washer and then a nut and tighten it down. And also I'm going to put some support screws around the edge to give it some extra support. I'm going to do that 4 times for each leg. So I've got all the legs on. I've got bolt on each one and then 3 to 4 screws per leg supporting them in. And then now I'm going to start putting these joists in. And I'm going to screw them in. And I'm just going to sawzall the extra off because I'm not a craftsman. These aren't legs, that's just supporting the legs, so, so the weight is off that. But other than that, I'm going to put at least 4 joists in, and then this thing's going to be almost ready to go. I'm going to have to get it into place over here. I'm going to put it probably like between this long cage and these 2 white cages, or these 2 cages. Put it right here. Just offset these a little bit over, and then start running the lines, and I'll show you how that goes. Alright, so I've got the joists on for the legs. I've got it in place. I put the barrel on there just to make sure everything is working right. I put this on the front to make sure that it doesn't slide forward and off, because it is at an angle. This side is farther down than that side. Also, I put these extra 4x4s on here. I'm going to screw this into place because I made it a little bit too wide, and so there's extra slack on there. The idea was that it was going to sit exactly as it is, except for on both sides, these were going to be sitting right next to it, holding it in place. But right now it has a little bit of give. It can roll either way, to side either way, so if I could have gone back, I would have made it like 4 or 5 inches at least narrower. But it's doing fine for what I needed to, and I'm excited to get it going. So that's enough. So I got a little ahead of myself, but I took this 15 by 32 drill bit and I drilled this hole and tapped that. Then I ran the inside with this TFE paste, and I did it also on the threads of the metal grommet you see right there. And then I just threaded it in there real good and tight. Feel real comfortable about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I actually did it, and I'm just come and do a second one. So nothing crazy, just drill a hole. You don't want to be too close to the wall. You just want to be down at the bottom. Alright, so I tapped that hole, and now I'm going to get this TFE paste on here. I'm going to get good on those threads. Just help you get a good seal. Let's see, how can I get some downward pressure? There we go. good. Just finished running all the lines, and I haven't tested it yet, but it's about to be. Got a few more things just to tighten it up and clean up the look. But I ran 2 lines directly out of there, out of the 55-gallon drum. One comes down here, splits off, and one goes down there. Then that comes down here, splits off again, one comes down. And the last one comes down and around, and then right into there. Now in the future I might add a second line to each one of these crates, because I hold multiple rabbits sometimes in each of them, especially when there's a litter. But this is good for right now. The second one, I ran a line down, comes down on this cage, and then it's going to be sitting right here all clean like, but just gotta get some staples and stuff, put it all up. But then one comes straight down and is right there, and then another one comes all the way down and it ends right there. So I haven't filled it up, so I'm about to test it out. Let you know. I just turned the water hose on, and it's already water starting to run. So let's see how this goes. This line's already starting to fill up, so we'll see. What I'm gonna try to do is stick a match in here and see how it works, so that they see that the water's running, and then they know, hey, this is where my water comes from now on. Alright, so there's the match. They'll come up there and they'll start looking at it. That match will fall out, and they'll eventually learn, hey, I gotta bite this thing, and the water will flow. So I got all the lines installed, the tank filled, and then the lines purged. By purge, I just mean like get all the air out. You just come up and you pull the line off, get all the air out. Once it's flowing real good, put it back on. That's each one of them on all sides. I think everything, seriously, I don't know much else I might do, because I put screws in all these random different places to hold the lines up. So I might do a little bit more of that, because you don't want them being accessible to the rabbits, because they will chew through them, through the mesh, or they'll claw at them. But other than that, everything looks good. I'm pretty happy with it. For all the plastic lines and the little metal pieces that are giving the water out, that was about, I want to say 25, maybe 30 bucks. The tank itself was 20 bucks, and the wood I used to build that stand right there, about another 30 bucks. So that puts me at about 80, 85, maybe 90 bucks for this whole setup. And it's not bad at all, and it's definitely worth it, because it took this one took a little bit longer. It took about 3 hours, but it's definitely going to save me a lot more time down the road. I just filled it up today, and I won't be out. I'll check it, for the first couple of days this week, just to make sure everything's still running fine. But honestly, I ain't gonna be filling that tank up for at least a month and a half, 2 months at least. So, because I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 rabbits running this 55-gallon tank. So I don't imagine it's going to be empty anytime soon. So to go ahead and like the page, subscribe, and then go ahead and like the video. For those of you guys that are out there doing rabbits and stuff too, like I am, for meat, or even for people who like to have a lot of rabbits for show or whatnot, keep up with me on here. I'm trying to do some more stuff with my rabbits, do more projects, make everything easier for me, because when your hobby is a lot easier, you tend to like it a lot more, and it tends to be less work. Because this is a hobby for me, but also it goes to fill the freezer. So, but hey, go ahead and subscribe to the page. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.